So hi, here's Michael, Leander, international speaker and trainer. I'm in the beautiful city of, and safe city I should add, of Karachi in the magnificent country of Pakistan. I'm here to do some presentations, and I've been lucky to meet some really interesting people. And one of these people is here with me right now. And what we're going to talk about is let's call it a new way of getting amazing response. As you may know, I've traveled all around the world and talked to marketers about how they've reached their audience. And I've never ever heard about anything like that. This gentleman, his name is Dr. Shah. He is the CEO or managing director, if you will, of a company called Pring. Let's hear what he has to say.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Tell the camera, please, what's your company all about?
It's social media. So we start off by looking at how people interact, and in markets like Pakistan, where there's very limited access to the internet, we've actually developed the technology that allows people to interact socially over SMS. So you can create your own groups, your following, and it's essentially the social media. But with Pring, what's interesting is that we've built it from the ground up so that you don't just interact with it socially. Brands and businesses can leverage how they actually use the product for their own marketing needs as well. So there's social interaction, but then there's also business interaction built right into it. So brands can very easily leverage the social for the commercial.
Interesting. And my understanding is that this is only like, what, 18, 24 months old?
Yeah, it's about 18 months old.
How many people use it?
Almost just under 5 million.
Wow, just under 5 million. In Pakistan alone?
In Pakistan.
But I understand you have plans to take this to other countries?
Yes, we do.
Did I understand it correct that you have actually found the key for social media to interact with the many feature phone users that, for example, a country like Pakistan has at this point? Is that correct?
That's right. You see, smartphones allow a much more richer experience, but you have to remember that in many parts of the world, a lot of people don't have smartphones, and they don't have access to the internet on their mobile phones. So the sheer quantum of people out there in the world who don't have smartphones and who don't have data plans on their phones, it's huge. And that gap, it's just simply very large. And everybody seems to think that, okay, the smartphones are the way to go, and that's the place they want to be, without realizing that the largest data plan in the world is SMS.
Yeah, that's true.
So every single phone out there today has SMS.
Yeah.
And everybody gets it.
Yeah.
So you have 80-year-old grandmothers, they can text.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, you have maybe very young children, and they can text as well.
Yeah.
So text is something that, it's pervasive. It's everywhere. What we've done is we've actually built a very simple, very intuitive platform that allows you to use text in a very interesting, very rich way. Now, that doesn't mean that we ignore the smartphone users, because our product allows smartphones to interact just as well. The experience is maybe just a bit richer even, but essentially anything that you can do on a smartphone using our product to socialize, you can do pretty much everything over SMS as well.
That's fantastic. And what does this mean for, because you were telling me just before about some numbers that I actually didn't believe those numbers.
Yeah,
I was pretty sure you're what do you say?
I'm not making them up.
you are just talking crap, basically. But
Right.
you mentioned to me that advertisers can engage with this audience of nearly 5 million people that you have in Pakistan at this moment. How does that work?
Well, a couple of things. First of all, you have to remember that SMS, everybody reads the SMS. So the open rate on SMS is phenomenal because it sits in your inbox until you open it. And I mean, very few people will actually delete a text message unread, which is quite different from email.
Yeah.
Because emails get deleted unread all the time.
Correct.
So the open rate on SMS is high 90s. And then, so essentially any message that you send out, it is being read. And especially in our case, that message is usually from some friend or from a brand that I'm interested in. So it's high value content. So we have high value content delivered over a system which is invariably read. That allows us to deliver very, very good results in terms of response rates. And if you, across the board, we have response rates of more than 9%.
Wow.
So 9% people, the industry phrase of a click-through.
Yeah.
So if I were to equate that, it would be almost 9%, which is unbelievable.
It is unbelievable. And could you mention a few of the brand names that have already?
Well, we're working with almost all the top brands in Pakistan today. We are working with the Coca-Cola Corporation. We are working with Procter & Gamble. We are working with Leander Brothers. We are working with McDonald's. So this is one end of the spectrum. Our business, we've actually divided it broadly into three verticals. And so first there's what we internally call the F50s, which are of course the top brands, the larger corporations. And then there's the SME segment, and then we're also looking at the long tail, which are small businesses, which otherwise traditionally do not advertise at all.
Right.
But we're actually empowering them, building the platform that they can use to engage with their customers, even on a small neighborhood level. So looking at larger companies and corporations which want to engage with their customers across the country, to small neighborhood stores, which otherwise normally wouldn't have the means available to them to communicate with their customers, and they do it.
And because they can do it so that they target only people in the vicinity of that shop, yeah?
Yes, because for that particular establishment, it makes no sense for them to reach out to somebody who's beyond their reach.
Of course.
So the community or the group that they build is usually very, very local.
Right.
And our platform allows them to do that on a very, very small, very local level as well. And it's easy to use, it's quite inexpensive, and they manage it completely on their own. And that's it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Dr. Shah. Let me just say in closing that the Pring, P-R-I-N-G, are currently in Pakistan, but they have been asked if they would establish their solution in other markets. If you happen to be in a market where there's a large population of feature phone users, then you might want to contact Pring, and I'll leave some contact information somewhere here, wherever you're seeing this video. So check out their website, pring.com.
Pringit.com.
Pringit.com. You see, the freaking Alzheimer's, I can't even get names right anymore. So check out pringit.com and have a great day. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.